Howdy guys, welcome back to Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. We are just starting case 2 here. I decided not to show the intro again because it was a little bit long and I kind of wanted, just get to the point stuff. So we're starting in Sholmes' suite. We must be playing as Ryu Naruhodo now, who just got a message from Susato to check the bottom left corner of his shelf. And how about that fire? Man, look at it go. Also, apparently we have the court record already. Let's look at it. An armband I inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Okay. Alright, let's go. Hello, Iris. Oh, Bruno, good. I was just about to call up to you. The bacon's ready. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual. Before we eat, though, I have some news. I had a surprise this morning. Whoa! Jeez. Oh! He's kind of dressed like Maya a little bit, but with belts and glides. One a little bit longer than the other. Does he have a dragon symbol on his hand underneath that? Not another word, Mr. Naruhodo. Jeez, what voice am I going to give him? Maybe the Edgeworth voice. I don't know. This could be just the abstruse thing from our pre-breakfast stagnation repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you too, Mr. Sholmes. He's got like the mask on the Okami mask. Whoa, face! Face! I see, so that's it. Ah, man, look at him. He is dashing as ever. The truth is, it's clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have resulted in a guy. Blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? You, Mr. Naruhodo, you have this very morning. With a surprise. Met with a surprise. Alright. God, I love the poses they do in this game. All the finger pointing and stuff is just so good. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. He's already doing the detective thing on me here. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button on your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning. Wow. Can I talk now? Oh my god, the point is, there's such cool poses, man! But of course, look at my cool point. Though I don't really have one, but I don't look for admiration, you understand. My hair always looks like this. It's been this way since I first met you. Oh, it has. And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember. Yeah, this music reminds me of the Smash, the Bramble Blast and Smash Melee, or was it Brawl? I forget. There's parts of it that remind me of that. Hurley pulled your button off. Hurley is what she calls him, Sholmes. Ah, yes, I recall the incident now. Look how many different points I have. It was after supper, was it not? As the evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, to my utter dismay, the third string snapped. Why did it have to happen? Why? Little wonder, then, that in my vexation I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from its proper place. Oh, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket. My boobs are exposed. Wait, third button? That would be more like your solar plexus. Well, I want my solar plexus back! And it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. Not. What matters at the present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring. But Hurley, Bruno said it when he came in, didn't he? I have surprise. Which I can't. Every time I look at her now, I see her crossing her eyes in that other case. It's so like everybody does it, but it's like especially funny when she does it. In that case, though, it actually does the thing where you have to cross your eyes. I actually did it, and I saw where the thing was. Because it popped out in 3D, it actually worked for me. But I was playing on a big TV, so maybe that's why. It was so cool, though. So, well, it really is a surprise. I don't remember what we were talking about. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire, sadly enough. The famous consulting detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, there can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name. Well, there you'd be surprised. Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. Maybe I should give her a little bit of an accent too, I don't know. And I have a new herbal tea for you to try too. My latest special blend. Okay, alright. And here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Sholmes' lodger and companion. Oh, right. I think we did actually establish in the last game, though, just on the basis of her last name, if nothing else, that she was related to the victim of the first case of that game, John Wilson, I mean. A truly exceptional young girl who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes is published in Rantst magazine. There's a lot of rants about it, though. So, Mr. Naruhodo, won't you put us out of our misery? What surprised you this fine morning? Well, I received a letter. It looks like a check. How much is it for? From Japan. Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it really? That's right. And she had some rather startling news, in fact. She pretended to be me, and won a case, no less. And the judge knew about it, and he didn't care! And he does takedowns! The judge does takedowns! Oh, intriguing indeed. You must tell us about it over breakfast. Or just tell us about it now. Oh yes, what fun. Oh, converse, move, I'm out of here. I'm not staying here. I'm going back upstairs. Screw this noise. Oh god, there's something up here. Oh, maybe I'm just able to examine. We could do that. Wow, do I really want to look at all this now? Oh my god, we were just getting started with the conversation. I'm gonna go back. I think the game wants me to have the conversation first. We can look at all this later. Okay, just for like continuity and stuff. Miss Susato's letter. This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning by international post. Oh, how lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it. And how's your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? She's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she's written, she actually appeared as a lawyer at the Japanese Supreme Court and won a case. Holy shit! Wow, isn't she wonderful? Point. A cut above your good self, my dear fellow. What? I won cases too! We're equals! Yeah, exactly. Apparently Mr. Natsume appeared in the trial as a witness. Wow. Natsume? Not that asshole again. All I can see is teeth when I think about him. Don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man. Twice. You know in those two cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago? Ah, the mustache twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and the mustache. And the teeth. He didn't have two mustaches, Hurley. Well, in my imagination he did. Yes, who could forget those two cases? They made a very deep impression on me. Yeah, I noticed. Couldn't even remember the motherfucker's name. Although I must confess, the details are a little hazy now. Ah, well, you know, that makes two of us. It's a very deep impression they made on you. Clearly. Yeah. Startling news. So what was this startling news penned by Miss Susato? Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Sholmes? Ah yes, it's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. He's totally forgotten, then. Anyway, in her letter, Miss Susato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate. Oh wait, sorry, wrong voice. Miss Susato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. Though it took place half a year ago? For what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsume said to her, apparently. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodgings. Oh, shit. On Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Miss Susato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send that telegram. Oh, that case, yes. Wait a minute, I wasn't there. Oh, wait a minute, oh, maybe. Oh, it's very strange, wasn't it? Yes. Yes. And I'd compiled the whole story into a nice, neat manuscript, ready for publication, too. But then Hurley over here was all funny about it, remember? He was very mean. Ah. That story must not be published, you said. Very mysteriously as well. Really? I said that? Are you sure? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? About why Miss Susato was suddenly told 4 months ago that she had to return to Japan? Miss Susato's repatriation. Okay. It's been 4 months now since we waved Susie off at Dover. It was very sad, I remember. It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she just suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan? Indeed it was, due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. That's right, telling her to return urgently. Yeah, that's because her father had passed away. Oh, well, just said he was suffering from a high fever, the cause of which was unknown. He's not dead! But according to this letter, that news about her father's fever was just a ruse. A ruse? Oh, damn it. What else is new there? So Susie's daddy lied to her so that she'd make the voyage back home. Why would he do that? Maybe he just missed her. I have to admit I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings. Well, that's all for that. Summoning her back to Japan so suddenly like that. I wonder what Miss Susato's father is hiding. Hurley, do you know what that's all about? He doesn't have a clue. Or maybe. Ah, well, who can say? What? But you just said... Please, I have engagements, my dear fellow. We got to eat the bacon, it's getting cold. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. Gotta go get an emissions test on my car. And a stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel, even if I were quite at leisure. Oh, there's a song! His song. Oh my god, I'm just gonna shut up and let this play. This is the best song in the game by far, and I'm so glad it's in this one too! Haha! And forward to my absence. No, it was just getting to the good part. Oh, man. Oh, crap. He scuttled off rather quickly there. Oh, man. I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba isn't the only person hiding something here. Sosuke-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. By, of all people, Mr. Sholmes. That is kind of strange. Ugh. Oh, I found them at last. Iris, are they? My manuscripts. The notes about the case, that's right. Susie and I compiled them together. The case of the haunted lodgings. Do you want to read them, Rudo? How long will this take? Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. We'll just get a summary. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of this case. But perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light. Oh god, she's pulling out the gun. That's the spirit? That's the spirit, I say. Well, she's even got, like, the same glasses as Emma, sort of. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together, while laying by the fireplace with our feet up in the air. Everything from what happened to our investigation, that fierce battle in court that followed, reliving every detail. I just need to find a clue. I have all the time in the world. You don't, but I do. Because, of course, I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of Great Britain. Why? Is it because of that case 4 months ago? Oh, this is more like an Apollo Justice kind of situation, actually. Like when Phoenix got barred, you know, for unwittingly using forged evidence and all that shit. It was 6 months ago, a mysterious incident that unfolded on the wintry streets of London. Yup, who could forget this? A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briar Road with a knife in her back. Fortunately, her life was spared, but she was unconscious for several days following the incident. That's really too bad. The fog was thick and nobody saw her attack her, but as it turned out, the knife fell from a window upstairs while a couple were fighting. By a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. That man was Sosuke-san, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. And we did the thing. Believing in our compatriot's innocence, Susato-san and I decided to represent Sosuke-san in court. And after a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to prove his innocence. It was another accident. Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Was the man's reaction after the trial, but his jubilant jubilation was short-lived. So he started a channel called Jubilee Whispers, and became a woman. We received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. Victim of the Briar Road stabbing has regained consciousness. Hurry to Bart's at once! Uh-oh. Let's see. So Susato-san and I summoned a handsome, and headed immediately to the hospital. Okay, we're getting more lore on this a little bit. This was one of my favorite cases, actually, in the first game. This fourth one. Oh, wow. It's jumping right in here. So, 21st of February, 5:30 a.m. How's it that light outside at 5:30? I want to go live there. St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Bartholomew! There you are at last. You know, I've been here for a half hour already. It was just getting light outside. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Sholmes. I think not. Whoa! Oh, right. She was still here. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. This is going to be weird. You're late. What on earth took you so long? Your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock, Mr. Sholmes, and it's a 20-minute ride to the hospital. That's right. It's 5:30 now. I think we made very good time. Oh, the time is utterly irrelevant. The fact is, I've been waiting for what has felt like an eternity. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn and Finkel. In point of fact, I myself was awoken at 4 this morning by a telegram boy. And feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. To you! To me! Well, thanks for that. Anyway, you're here now. So, the victim is over there. She's only just regained consciousness. Aww. You should introduce yourselves, and I shall observe from here. He's gonna go disappear somewhere, and he always does. So that's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with a knife in her back. Her name is... Oh, yes, here we are. Miss Green. Yeah, I wonder where she got that. Maybe that's why she wears green. It's so easy to remember. Wow, so we can only examine or move. Let's examine. And we haven't done much of that yet so far. Oh, yeah, I can't move with the D-pad. Look, there's a photograph in this frame here. It's a silhouette. It looks like, actually, a container with somebody in there. Oh, wow. This is like her husband, son? He looks to be about the same age as this Green, I would say. Okay. Perhaps the young woman's special someone, do you think? Your special someone. Oh, man. Aww. My, Mr. Naruhodo, I didn't know you had a sense for matters of the heart. Not in the least. I sincerely said the first thing I thought of. Jeez! Don't pearl my ass, man. This rounded wooden figure isn't the most charming, is it? It looks like the Goodyear man. Like the Pillsbury Doughboy or something. I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. Naruhodo? Did you just call me Naruhodo? I'm not that hodo, you know. So, actually, I am. So it's an artist mannequin, I believe, used when practicing sketching the human form in different poses. Really? Not exactly what you would call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it? Oh, I suppose not. I confess I've never seen one quite so full-figured before. Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's the right tool for the job. You know. Let's see. Tool, easel, curtains, light outside. Uh-oh, what's this? I hope those don't fall on her head. There are lots of bottles in that cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that? If you were a patient here, I feel sure you took some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep. That is a worry. But at least the cabinet has a lock, even if it's only a flimsy-looking one. You know. Oh my, is that new? Did she do that in the first game? That looked cool. Oh, I've no doubt you managed to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well. There are limits even to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know. Oh, shoot. Is that a rat? Can we examine the rat? A mouse, Mr. Naruhodo! I know. Okay, a mouse. Fine. Vermin in a hospital. That does not seem the best. Maybe this is like the hottie clinic. But it looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump. I'm not sure we can say that's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking. Bag? We're just doing everything but examining her. That must be a bag of Miss Green's personal belongings. She would have been brought directly here after she was found stabbed on the pavement, though. I expect a friend or family member probably brought some things for her. Alright then, let's see what's inside. Dude! I've been looking through her shit! You can't be doing that! No, Mr. Naruhodo, you must never scrutinize a young maiden's personal belongings. You should know better. But the young maiden might have chocolates, or biscuits, or a caramel, or a caramel macchiato. What about this right here? Ah. Is this her chart? Ah, this looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Do not feed. What is this place? A zoo? Yeah, okay. Oh, for the pigeons, yes, this is a person. Ah, there she goes, tilting her head. Oh, so cute when she does that. Alright, well, I think that's all. I keep thinking this dual destinies where I can, like, change the angle, but actually I'm kind of glad I can't. There's one more over there. Oh, alright, let's examine her. Good morning. Ah, hello. Oh, she's adorable, my god. Hello. I'm Ryunosuke from the Empire of Japan. I'm from Japan. Oh no, was it your knife that... Are you the man who... I don't know what voice to give you. No, I'm a lawyer. L-I-A-R, lawyer. And I'm Susato Mikitoba. Notice how gracefully and slowly I bow to you? Oh no, was it your knife then? Were you the one? No, I assure you, I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. We don't have anything to do with that knife crap. We heard that you'd regained consciousness and wanted to come give you our best wishes. That's not really all, is it? Best wishes for me? Oh, thank you. I'm olive green. Wow. Oh my god. Oh no, that's not right, is it? What I mean is, I'm trying to be an artist. Well, what I really mean is, I desperately want to be an artist. Hey, if you draw, if you paint, you are an artist. Like, it doesn't matter if you're good at it, you are an artist, because that's what you do. So don't worry about being able to call yourself one, you are one. But the truth is, I don't have any talent. I know I don't. It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back. Oh, how horrible would a person have to be to stab you in the back because your art wasn't good enough? Like, really? I don't think that's related, actually. Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down. Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose. About the incident, about the antecedent. To suddenly be struck in the back by a blade as you were walking along the pavement. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green. Well, actually, like, she bent over to pick up a book and that's when the knife hit her, if I remember right. I think that's what happened. It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. That was a fart. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all that time. Well, what a shitty way to wake up. I want to go back to bed. But the case has been solved, hasn't it? While I've been here in hospital, I mean? Yes, it has, my karate stance tells you. Indeed it has, my dear madam. Spectacularly by none other than I, Herlock Sholmes. Oh, well, sure. Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in court that solved the case. Are you yet to hear what happened, Miss Green? Oh, what do you think? I've been asleep all this time, good lord. I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill me in shortly. Oh, I see. Well, anyway, me coming around seems to have made everyone frantically busy. I'm so sorry. I should never have regained consciousness. Aw, man. Oh my god. I didn't think we were gonna get to know this person. Like, that's crazy. Wow. I love the continuity between these two games. It's so good. Oh no, we're also relieved that you're on the mend, Miss Green. Really, we are. I don't think you are. I don't think anything. That kind of attitude, maybe her surname should be Blue, not Green. If I was green, I would die. Oh shit, I shouldn't say that. So, you're an artist, are you, Miss Green? Oh no, I couldn't possibly claim that. I'm a fledgling artist at best. Is fledgling artist still an artist? I mean, I'm a student of art, really, at the Thorndike Academy of... Oh, that's an unfortunate name. I hope we don't have to say that a lot. Oh my, an Academy of Fine Arts. Great Britain is such a wonderful country. It really is, though. Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts? No, I live on the other side of the planet, you idiot. I don't deserve it, but I have a little flat on Brixton Road. I see. How very interesting. Oh no, is it? Brixton is some 10 shops away on the underground from here. 10 stops away, rather. Oh, like train stops? That would actually be a long way, wouldn't it? And Thorndike Academy is a mere 3-minute walk from Brixton Town Center. Does that matter? Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes? Well, like, it'd be a long trip to go to school every day if Perhaps not, but Briar Road is a far less salubrious part of town by comparison, dwelt in by those of inferior means. Including the maleficent Mr. Mustache. Maleficent, wow, dude. Inferior means? I suppose Susato-san does fit the bill. Man, you guys are mean. It struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine arts student to be walking in such a district. That's all. Well, you know, I mean... Have you ever heard the term starving artist? Seriously? She suddenly clammed up. Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself, prying into a young maiden's private affairs. Oh dear me, do forgive me. I can't help it sometimes, man. I just want to know the truth. I mean, oh, if you don't mind. Yeah? Why do you have a key around your necklace? What does that open? I'll be discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things. Yes, of course, we won't keep you. Thank you so much, Miss Green. And away she goes, I guess. Well, not yet, but, yeah. Is there a Mr. Narrowfodder here? Mr. Narrowfodder! Is he looking for me? Naruhodo? Rossenbagger! Well, if you're looking for Mr. Naruhodo, the lawyer, that's me, but... Ah, Mr. Narrowfodder, good! This is for you! It's a message from Mr. Saucy Nutsnake! Are you kidding me? Okay. Mr. Natsume sent a message to me? Oh. Yeah, sure enough, okay. Saucy Nutmeg, I get it now. But why would a policeman be delivering a message from Mr. Natsume? Exactly. Did he get arrested again? What's a Scotland Yard constable doing playing delivery boy at this time in the morning? Oh, what are you waiting for? Let me see that! Oh. Yeah, I know. Somebody read this thing. Well, this is most unexpected. Something wrong, Mr. Sholmes. There's something wrong, Mr. Sholmes, he says. Have you not seen this note? Well, I didn't get a chance to read it because you took it away from me! No, how could I have? You got something around your neck, too. Looks like that final form of Seymour that you fight in Final Fantasy X. It will seem that London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. A new case calls. A case of murder, no less. We must depart at once. Murder? Call a cab, time is of the essence. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr. Natsume's note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodgings once we did. He's not there anymore, he's in jail. That would be entirely convenient. Convenient? What do you mean? It's all here in the notes, my dear fellows. Well, it turns out the murder we must investigate took place at Mr. Mustache's lodgings. Wait, what? Oh, jeez. I'll hail a fiacre at once. Is that what they call Ubers around here? Is that like the new brand? It was only yesterday that Susato-san was in court and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now the very next day, there's a murder at the man's own address? He may very well be the unluckiest man, while someone, obviously, seems to be out to get rid of him for some reason. Maybe because he has the capacity to expose something. Maybe because he knows about the poison. Oh shit. I'm not sure about the timeline of all this yet. Well, this is obviously in the past, so... yeah. So he didn't... I guess maybe he didn't know about the poison yet, because that didn't happen. So, you know what? Never mind. So it seemed to us at the time, but we were soon to discover it was worse than we thought. Mr. Natsume's lodging, ground floor. Holy shit! Wait, is that the guy? That's the guy with the triangle mouth. The weird jester looking dude. Okay. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Mr. Natsume. Oh, why is this happening? Why to me? I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of misery. I've only had time to brush my teeth 2 times. And then I wake up the next day to these. No early bird should catch a worm like these. Woeful worm without wiggle. I see you in hot spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache. Ah! Not the harm of Herlock Sholmes! Shoo, show off, teeth! Show yourself the door! I never invited you! Mr. Sholmes came here with us. I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you. Yeah, okay. I am entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you? You can leave. Oh. Oh my god, this guy. This guy. Okay, Siri, we need to talk about this guy for a second. Okay, first of all, look at his neck. It's the same width as his face. He looks like Luigi, but Mario, but at the same time. What else does he look like? Oh, he looks like a Q-tip. I don't know. I can't... Oh, here they are already, the busybodies. Damn it. Ah, Inspector Gregson, what a pleasant surprise. I know, I mean my fish and chips over here, my piss and shit. Pleasant, is it? Gives me heartburn every time I see your face at a crime scene, Sholmes. Oh, I don't care. Ha, I deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food. I know, I know. Good morning, Inspector. This is a crime scene, don't you go touching anything. Or good morning to you too, sunshine. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Man, these two on the opposite side of the room. Wow, what do we do? Let's get out of here. No, let's examine. Well, I mean, maybe we should start with the elephant in the room here. How the hell? Oh, I said hands off or you're gonna mess up my crime scene. Oh, no, I just wanted to look, that's all. With my hands behind my back if I must. Oh man, the window's all bricked up, like in the Matrix. No chance, I know your kind. You'll mess it up just by looking at it. Ugh, someone's in a bad mood. Yeah, sorry, Luigi. There's certainly some bad air in here, isn't there? Alright, sounds like I better talk to the inspector first and try to curry some favor. Well, don't give him curry because it's not fried. He doesn't like it. Have you already looked at this? I'm gonna talk to you first. What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for the incident on the pavement outside. Oh, damn it. And then having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. Endless existence of excruciating experiences. So the victim lived here on the ground floor, and your room is just one story up, isn't it? Wow, in the other case, it was on the 3rd floor, the couple up there that were fighting, and he threw the knife at her, he went out the window and ended up stabbing the woman, olive green. Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. So did you know the victim? Were you friends? I think they even said in the first game that they lived on the 1st floor. I forgot about that till just now. I'm pretty sure they said that. I don't know for sure, but I might be wrong. Oh, what's the matter with Sosuke's on now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken by it? Oh, well, I suppose he wasn't a complete stranger. But did he ever invite me to his room? No, teeth! On my honor, I swear it! What an extreme reaction. You're probably wishing you'd never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? No, this is good. This is good. We're fine. When we found him here, I felt wretched, which is why I said we're asking you to come. Throw that inspector over there! Ah, well, there you go. Okay, alright, let's do it. So I guess the reason those other things were check-marked off is because they're part of the crime scene, so it's like you've already checked that, or you can't check it now. So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? I don't remember his name. He had one. What?! Mr. William Shamsphere. Shamsphere. I honestly, out of the corner of my eye, I thought that actually said William Shakespeare. That would have been hilarious. He was a lodger here. As you can probably tell, he was an actor. Bit of a dead loss, as it happens. Or just dead. Crack myself up sometimes. Mr. Shamsphere. It was the landlord, old Mr. Garydeb, and the other lodger, Mr. Natsue, who found him. Mr. Garydeb is the guy on the 3rd floor. Fella didn't rise at his usual hour, so Garrett got word and kicked the door down. What? Since when is it neighbors' jobs to make sure the other one gets up in the morning? Good lord. But doesn't Mr. Garrett have a bad leg? Oh yeah, you're right there. It was that jittery Japanese hunchback over there who actually did the kicking. Really? Sosuke-san? The victim was pretty hard up, it seems. Even done some time inside for petty crimes. He had no money, no place, no friends, no job. His pets' heads are falling off. His only acquaintances were the people in his house. This house, I mean. Miserable life and a miserable end to it. So what exactly is Mr. Natsume still doing here? He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you have sent him away from the crime scene? Well, that's where you're wrong, pal. I'm not saying it's because the fellow looks odd or anything, or that he acts suspicious. But I thought it would be prudent to take a statement from the cohabiter. You suspect already. You nearly said culprit there, didn't you? Nice. Oh dear. Mr. Natsume appears to be under suspicion again. It certainly seems that way. He does just come across as such an odd fellow, doesn't he? Poor man. How unfortunate. Indeed. Anyway, I can't say much until the coroner gets here. But I don't think the fellow's been a goner that long. The body's still warm. Really? Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body. No, not even his clothes. Wow, so that's it then. Yeah, okay, it doesn't seem like I can do much else here. All the conversations just repeat, so I think we need to just leave. New location has been added. Oh, Briar Road, okay. Cool. Sweet's Hospital bed, Sholmes is sweet. Alright, check it out. Man, it's weird to see this again. This brings back so many memories. 21st of February. That's close to what today is. Today's actually February 5th I'm recording this. Yeah, I'm still recording on the... It's like one day. I've been recording for 2 days and I'm this far already. I'm recording way ahead too, so examine... Well, the busted bike is the first thing that jumps out to me. There always seems to be a bicycle outside the Garrett residence. I read that bicycles are extremely popular all over Great Britain at the moment, in fact. That one seems very warped, though, especially the front wheel. Is that to make it more of a challenge to ride, do you think? Oh, no, I'm afraid that may be a result of the rider's incompetence. For the front wheel to be so badly warped, I'm afraid the rider may have been similarly afflicted. Then there's a good chance Mr. Natsume has been practicing on this bicycle. Wow, dude. Oh dear, I fear you may be right. Oh, crap. What is this up here? With the exception of the top floor, where Mr. and Mrs. Garrett live, all the windows are bricked up. Yes, that's because of an old window tax that was charged on the number of windows the property had. Yeah, I talked about this before. I never knew that was a thing. Apparently that's, like, real, I think. In order to pay less tax, the poor members of society filled in many of their windows. Yeah, to cut down on, like, the heating cost and all that. But the tax has since been abolished, hasn't it? So the windows could all be opened up again, surely? Unfortunately, it would appear that the residents of this district can't afford to pay to have the work done. Just go grab a hammer from the Home Depot like Denzel Washington and the Equalizer and bust it all out. I'm sure that wouldn't actually do so well, though. Especially for people like poor Mr. Natsume, who have to live all cooped up in a windowless room. I suppose that's the price you pay for living in very cheap accommodation. It all seems rather pointless when you put it like that. I know. Door. The Garrett household and Mr. Natsume's lodgings are in a prominent position there on the corner. Sometimes when I look at the building, I can't help feeling that it's a bit of a slant. Ugh. It does rather look as though it would collapse in even the smallest earthquake, doesn't it? That's a good thing we're in Japan then, isn't it? Jeez! Isn't it supposed to be haunted as well? I think I might have a hunch as to why Sosuke-san has such a hunched back. Well, it's better than a straight mouth. Oh, I'm just kidding. Strand Street. Wait, something over here. London's blanketed in fog again today, and the sky is covered in cloud. But if you look carefully in the distance, you can just make out the Crystal Tower being built. Oh, they did mention that a couple of times in the first game, didn't they? The Crystal Tower, yes, the centerpiece of the Great Exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Ah, and this was 6 months ago, was it not? Everyone's talking about the Great Exhibition of London at the moment, it seems. Well, it's to be the largest event of its kind anywhere in the world, with technology and scientists from all over. Oh, I'm so happy. I can't wait for it myself. That's like the same pose Athena does, actually. I never realized that when I played the first game, but yeah. Do you think visiting students from the Far East like us will be granted entry? Gee, I don't know. The last great exhibition that was held in London had more than 6 million visitors, it seems. That's a lot. And this time the British are determined to make it an even bigger success to outdo the Paris exposition. I see. That's an incredible number of people. And with so many people expected to attend, we should easily be able to slip in unnoticed. Yeah, I'm sure. Cut out the thing about Japan earlier, because we're not in Japan. Nope, I'm leaving that shit in. Man, I feel bad for Emil. His flight I was supposed to be leaving in like a half hour to go get him, but his flight's been delayed, so now it's like I got 2 hours now. Hey, more recording, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, there's always the honest approach of buying tickets at the main entrance, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, you know, what would be the fun in that? Gotta sneak around, you know? I don't think there's anything else to really look at out here. So, in the stuff we have secondhand book receipt. A receipt for some books that Mr. Natsume purchased at a secondhand bookshop. It was submitted as evidence in trial the other day. Right. Customer, Mr. Natsume, the sum of 2 shillings tendered in receipt of a picture of Monsieur Lecoq. A meal for Gabriel and Canterbury Yearnings. And the street map. Yep, I remember this. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see that couple, like the policeman and his girlfriend. They were so adorable. Oh my god, they were so adorable. London's blanketed in fog. Oh, wait, no. Ooh, on the other side, let's see what we got here. We got a snowman. Of course, that would be examinable. Why has somebody built a snowman on some sort of pedestal, do you think? Because he wants to be taller. That's not a pedestal, Mr. Naruhodo. That's part of the snowman's body. Really? That already has a perfectly good body. Well, well, it's true that British snowmen are usually made with 2 balls of snow. Perhaps this is a foreigner. Now we're looking at him as if he's strange. Poor man. I know how he feels. If anything, it's Japanese and British 2-ball snowmen that are the strange ones, isn't it? After all, real people do have 3 sections: head, torso, and legs. Do you ever think that perhaps you think about things too much? Yeah, like when I was growing up, snowmen were like 3 pieces, but I've also seen them 2 many times, like the Blizzard spell in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, you know? You see it enough times, just in random places like that, that you start to think that's normal too. So, I don't know. Let's see. Not much else to look at here, it seems, just the snowman. Surely the snowman is not everything, right? There's a Metropolitan, there's a wheel there, a wheel gator. No, I think we're done with that. So we go left from here? No, I think we're good. Alright, well, let's see if we can go anywhere else. Should we go back to the hospital bed? I don't think... Poor Miss Greenseat's very tired. I think perhaps we should leave her be for a while. Okay. Sholmes' suite. Oh, wow. Okay, there is something here. Alright. Well, I think we just need to pass the time until the coroner gets there, so... Uh-oh. Well, examine. What have we not examined in here? Good lord. There's be so much crap. Look at all these mementos in Mr. Sholmes' past cases. You know, Miss Susato's eyes still sparkle every time she lays eyes on them. But yours don't, did they, Bruno? Well, I've read the adventures of Herlock Sholmes now, by order of Miss Susato. But the trouble is, having seen the real thing in action, somehow the stories don't quite ring true for me. Oh, well, you know. Well, he does solve the cases in the end. I suppose so. Perhaps there's more to the great detective than meets the eye. I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in the country, in fact. Although I do yearn for a Japanese kotatsu. Putting your legs under a warm blanketed table is so comforting. That does sound nice, actually. Do be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? You'd suffer terrible burns, you know? Yeah, well, shit. I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me. Well, she hasn't thrown us yet, so that's a good thing. Let's see. Tea set. It's curious how this enormous metal chest is being used as a coffee table. And even more curious to think that Iris' father's notes about Mr. Sholmes' cases are inside it.
You mustn't look in there, Runo. These notes are a secret between Daddy and me.
Poofy cheeks. Mr. Sholmes isn't somehow in on the secret.
Nah, not really. Hardly tends to forget, you see, as soon as he solved the case, in fact.
Well, that makes two of us. That's the second time I've said that.
Once when he read one of my manuscripts, we had a terrible argument about it. Never had I solved such a case, he said. He was absolutely adamant.
Sometimes I wonder if he's from another planet, don't you? Wow, that's a little bit extreme, but okay. Oh my god, look at it. Oh, look. Is she typing? She's typing. I thought she was playing the piano. Okay, can we examine her? What is there to examine, though? Iris, you shouldn't interrupt her when she's... When I'm typing, when you hear this noise, that means leave me the fuck alone. That's incredible concentration, that is. I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once. Boy, just wait till she gets to the internet. Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea. Perhaps you should fart.
The blend third from the right would be good for you, Runo.
Oh, you were listening? This girl is destined for great things, I'm sure.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I guess we can examine the desk, too. If I remember correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter. Oh.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine.
Oh, she's getting teary-eyed. Oh, now I love it when their eyes glisten like this. So cute. I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow. I've actually seen that happen on a typewriter. Sometimes two of them get stuck together. It's really funny. I imagine most kids nowadays have never had that experience, but yeah, I'm the old man here to tell you all about how it used to be. Now it makes you sound angry. Well, let's see here. Birdcage, bookshelf, books, table, another tea set. Wait, what's that say on the board over there? V equals sigma p to the dot to the v to the dot. It always strikes me how pretty and neatly arranged this tea set is.
It's my favorite one. In fact, I think it's high time for afternoon tea. Wait there, I'll fetch the special blend that I prepared for today.
Oh, Iris, you do love your tea, don't you? Well, it's better than loving Coke. I'll tell you that. Just saying the word Coke while looking at this girl, there's something hilarious about it.
And after you drunk it, I'll collect some experimental data, if that's alright.
Just what is she about to make me drink? Better than what I had yesterday, probably. There's like this commercial for dog food, and there's a guy in the commercial that says, "This looks better than what I had for dinner last night." I'm like, oh, what did you have? That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too.
Oh yes, but don't touch any of those. They might explode.
Ha! A charming shelf full of charming bottles full of charming ingredients. Oh my god.
You know, Hurley mistakenly drank from one of them the other day.
What?
He had explosive diarrhea for 3 days. I think he was lucky, though. He hasn't exploded yet. Chemistry can be a very hazardous occupation.
It's living with Mr. Sholmes that's a hazardous occupation. Wow. Oh, man. And over here, let's see. This enormous machine takes up the entire desk, doesn't it? It's really very imposing.
Ah, Hurley's great analytoscope, yes. It can analyze anything at all, you know.
But I've never seen anyone actually using it.
Well, that's how we know it works, you see, because if it never fails, then it's a success. Well, it's his invention, so I don't know how to operate it.
Why don't you get it to analyze its own operation, then?
Oh, Runo, you're razor sharp today, aren't you?
Was that the pearl pose, like the hands? Tell you what, man. Bookshelves, bookshelves. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of Q-tips. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling the whole lot is going to topple at any moment.
It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. The epitome of Mr. Sholmes' brilliance.
I don't get it. As it happens, I'm quite well practiced when it comes to stacking shelves myself. Just the other day, the shelf in my office finally gave way under the strain, though.
Looks as though it might topple, and it does. Yes, the epitome of your disarray.
I really don't get it. And the violin, of course. Of course that was going to be examinable. This is Mr. Sholmes' famous violin. The one he found being sold for a song in a pawnbrokery. What's it called again? A shoddy something? Shoddy!
Oh yes, this wonderful instrument features in The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. It's a world-famous Stradivarius.
Oh yeah, that. Strata what?
Stradivarius, you dumbass!
Stratego?
Are you even trying now?
We'll come back to this another time, I think. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh. I do believe that. It looks like that about covers it. That didn't seem to, like, trigger anything, though, so maybe... Okay, I guess we're moving again, then. Guess we go back to Mr. Shamspeare's room, which is what I'm doing now. There wasn't, like, a... Oh my god! I didn't even notice his ass over there. Holy crap, dude. Oh, well, we just wasted 15 minutes there, but okay. This is a thing that you gotta get used to in this game. He just, like... Wow. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Ha! You need only observe to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating, naturally. There's nothing natural about that pose. Ugh.
Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discovery?
Patience, my dear madam, patience. We've not been here in this room 5 minutes. Well, we have, while you were off looking in my office checking stuff out. But so far, all I managed to deduce is what actually happened.
My goodness! But isn't that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes?
Now that you propose the idea, I believe one could indeed see it that way. At the present time, I have managed to draw two incontrovertible conclusions. The first, that there was a physical struggle here last night in which the victim fought for his life. Uh-oh. Why is everybody so close to the screen? Oh my god. Mr. Natsume, what's wrong? Is something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow?
No, don't mind me. Forget I was here.
Oh, so maybe he heard the struggle, but he thinks it's like a ghost or something. Maybe that's why he's so scared. And my second conclusion is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips.
Nonsense! Teeth close!
Alright, Mr. Natsume, why are you reacting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions?
No, please, pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant.
Impossible to ignore. Ha! Oh, way to follow up on that.
You must tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes. Spare no detail.
But of course. Let the theatrical tragedy before us be unraveled by my great deductions, presented for your pleasure in 2 acts. We've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. What miracles will unfold before our eyes this time? I really hate to stop here because of how I spent the last 20 minutes looking at stuff. And it's all this and all, so people are probably thinking, oh, I was going to get to that part, and then I didn't because I was wasting all that time doing that other stuff, and, you know, well, anyway, see that. Anyway, sorry about that, but bye. I'm terrible. I know I am.